till the righteousness thereof go forth as brightness, and the salvation thereof as a lamp that burneth.
Your bloodline continues through your daughter, not your son. But your name continues through your son. But your bloodline, that's a daughter thing right there. Throughout the Bible and throughout any religious practice, they're going to tell you about the importance of daughters. It's only till modern times that maybe a daughter isn't seen the same, but a daughter matters extremely. And I believe that what has happened is the dark energy has attacked humans, or it has attacked families, has attacked relationships to the point now where when you see a daughter, you think that maybe she's less important as your son because the communities and the government has made it where the man matters so much. But your bloodline...
Shalom. Shalom, Yeshua. First and foremost, we'll start by giving all praises, honors, and glories to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Ruach Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching 100% truth. Wa Brakatham to the 144,000, as well as the rest of your elect. May peace and blessed be unto your households. It's your brother Gadal from the Great Millstone Dallas branch, and in this quick lesson, we're just gonna pretty much be a response to other Karatazab video and as you can see in the clip, and he said he got this clip from I think it was Elder Amwan Gabor out in Washington. If I'm saying that right, Salakia. But I know his page was Amwan Gabor, and yeah, he got this clip from that brother, and I'm looking at it, I'm like, man, I'm gonna go into it as well, right? Because it just doesn't make sense. Esau paid Jay just to say pretty much any goddamn thing, man. Right? Thinking, hey, man, they've been teaching us wrong. The government. Bro, even science can tell you that the lineage just continues through the man. Right? If you understand, just simply how the body works, you understand that, like, for one, the man, because you can look this up, the man carries the X and Y chromosome, which determines male and female, right? And females only carry double X chromosomes, meaning they can't determine male or female, right? Now the only part I forgot which chromosome is which. I don't know. I don't know if the X is just for the female or the X is just for the male, but it is a simple Google search. Let me just look. The female is let me see. X chromosome, male or female, simple as that. Both. Females typically have two X chromosomes. No. It's not doing it right. It's X chromosome, a male or female. Come on, hey, y'all get it right. Okay, the X got to be just female, all right, based off of what I'm looking at, because for everyone that's a dude, they always have an X and a Y. But if they're a woman, then it's just a pure straight X. So they only carry the chromosome for females, which is only X, right? So I'm saying that right. But yeah, The females, they only carry one of the chromosome, which is double X. Meaning they can't determine if it's female. Can't determine if it's male or female. They only push down the X, which is the female. Right? So if you understand that, hell, understanding that Jake, guess what? Like, just look this up. You can look all this up. That the men, they carry the life. We produce sperm, millions of sperm every day, just millions, and you know, in your testicles, man, your balls, right? Producing just millions of it, man, and ain't no changing that. There's no life inside of a woman unless a man put life in it. Therefore, the women is really set up to forward the man. You know? Matter of fact, I'm going to see. I think it's 1 Corinthians 11. Let me see. Okay. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 11, and I might start at verse 8. Verse 8 says, "For the man is not of the woman, but the woman is of the man. Neither was the man created for the woman, but the woman for the man." So the woman is here to forward the man's will, be a helpmeet unto him. You can go all the way back to Genesis with that one, right? Scripture says, man, Lord said that man should not. It's not good that man shall be alone. I should make a helpmeet for him, which is the woman. Keyword woman, right? Which is a female servant unto the man, right? Because the woman, they're supposed to be forwarding the man's will, right? So just simple understanding that ain't no way that the woman holds the lineage. Even in this modern day society, man, you get the woman gets the man last name. The man is the leader. Ain't no damn way the woman is, don't get me wrong. Women, they're very much needed because we gotta procreate somehow with the woman. But the man is the one that carried the seed, the life. The one that's, because, when you have a son, you have pretty much an heir. Pretty much someone that can continue your name. A woman can't continue your name. Your woman continues another man's name. And that's why it doesn't matter for us, for who we date, as far as like what woman we get, whether it's a Moabite, whether it's Ammon, Elam, it doesn't matter as a man, because no matter what, if you're an Israelite and you putting seed into a woman, that man or daughter is going to be an Israelite. And vice versa. If you're an Edomite and you put your sperm in an Israelite woman, it's going to make that baby an Edomite. It's not going to make that baby an Israelite. Let's continue on. Go ahead and get Matthew chapter 1, because, it's, even though it's just going into the genealogy, but there's one thing that you notice within this. I'm going to go ahead and read it. I'm not going to read like the full thing because it's a long list. I'm actually probably going to jump down. But this is Matthew chapter 1 and verse 1. It says, "The book of the generations of Yahushua HaMashiach, the son of David, the son of Abraham." All right, Abraham begat Isaac, and Isaac begat Jacob, and Jacob begat, Judas. And I'm gonna jump all the way down. I'm not gonna go through all that. You can really do that yourself. That's a long list. I'm gonna just jump all the way down pretty much to the last verse. Wait, never mind. Let me just get to David part, Shalakia. Alright, well, I'm gonna jump down to verse 6. It says, "And Jesse begat David the king, and David begat Solomon of her that had been his wife of Urias. And then I'm gonna jump down again, pretty much to the last verse now. Alright, verse 16. It says, "And Jacob begat Joseph, the husband of Mary, and whom was born Yahushua, who is called Hamashiach." Verse 17 says, "So So all the generations from Abraham to David are 14 generations, and from David until the carrying away into Babylon are 14 generations, and from the carrying away to Babylon unto Christ of Hamashiach are 14 generations. And in this whole list, you don't really see it's talking about, it didn't really give you a lineage of just straight woman. Now, don't get me wrong, there was wives mentioned of the men, like for example, Joseph, the husband of Mary, right? That's one. Mary is mentioned, but she's mentioned as a wife unto Joseph, right? They didn't really just, where's Leah? Where's Rachel? Where's pretty much every other woman that should have been mentioned if the lineage ran through them? It doesn't. As simple as that. It doesn't. That's why it is, you got Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. It don't mention their woman, the wives that they were with. I'm the God of Leah. Which is, don't get me wrong, they're beautiful in their position, right? That's why they're even mentioned, because you could go and look and see, who's made by who, right? But just mainly majority of the time is mentioning the man, because the lineage goes through the man. That's why it's written that way in scriptures, right? They make sure that who's the line going through, and it's all through men, right? Hell, you can even get a book on that. I think a brother, specifically Brother Gabor in our camp, I know he had a book on that. Like, it was like literally a whole little thing, of book of pretty much generations of all the way leading up to Yahweh Shai. And it's like, when we read it, it's listing pretty much nothing but straight men, and where their lineage, stops, or, where it continues on to. It's pretty good. It's a pretty dope book. I forgot what the book was called. But what I do know is the lineage is through the man. It's not through the woman. And just to say that, like I said, Esau just pay y'all to say any goddamn thing, right? So if you're in a mindset of thinking that it's just straight through the man, then you got another thing coming. But I'm also get this account in here in Genesis, 19th chapter, going into pretty much how Moab and Ammon came about, right? And I'm gonna get to the point. Well, I'm gonna read. This is Genesis chapter 19 and verse 30, and this is after they fled out of pretty much this is going to after they fled out of first Sodom and Gomorrah, being saved from that. And pretty much Sodom and Gomorrah got destroyed already by them two angels, and they went into Zoar, and Zoar, which is one of the cities that was going to get destroyed as well. Lot also fled out of that. And well, it's going to say it actually in this verse, so I'm gonna go ahead and read it. It says, Genesis chapter 19 verse 30 says, and Lot went up out of Zoar. Hold on, Slacky, let me get it right here. Where's it at? All right, here it goes. Genesis chapter 19 verse 30. It says, and Lot went up out of Zoar and dwelt in the mountain, and his two daughters with him, for he feared to dwell in Zoar, and dwelt in a cave, he and his two daughters, right? And also, I forgot to also mention that his wife was turned into a pillar of salt. Remember Lot's wife, right? The one that looked back got turned into a pillar of salt. But so Lot was just left with him and his two daughters. Read, and he didn't have a son. It says, and the firstborn said unto the younger, Our father is old, and there is not a man in the earth to come in unto us after the manner of all the earth. Right? Let me see what NLT is saying. Okay. It says, Come, let us make our father drink wine, and we will lie with him. We may preserve seed of our father. right? Matter of fact, let me look in the NLT. It says, "Come, let's get him drunk with wine, and then we will have sex with him, that we may that way we will preserve our family line through our father." Right? Because in other words, the daughters understand that, like, man, we ain't gonna be able to afford nothing, right? And their fathers are getting old, so guess what? Like I said, they got him drunk. Gave him some wine, and basically have him go in onto them, which is through the power of spirit Yahweh Shimon Shai. That's what he was going to explain it more. I'm gonna try to continue on the NLT. It says, "So that night they got him drunk with wine, and the older daughter went in and had intercourse with her father. He was unaware of her lying down or getting up again. The next morning, the older daughter said to the younger sister, 'I had sex with our father last night. Let's get him drunk with wine again tonight, and you go in and have sex with him. That way we will preserve our family line through our father.' So that night they got him drunk with wine again, and the younger daughter went in and had intercourse with him as before. He was unaware of her lying down or getting up again. As a result, both of Lot's daughter became pregnant by their own father. When the older daughter gave birth, it's like, what is this dude doing? Jay pulling up. It's like, give me one moment. It's like, I don't know what the hell bro got going on. But let me continue on till he says something, if he says anything. Back in Genesis chapter 19, verse 36 is, "As a result, both of Lot's daughters became pregnant by their own father. When the older daughter gave birth to a son, she named him Moab. He became the ancestor of the nation now known as the Moabites. When the younger daughter gave birth to a son, she named him Ben-Ami. He became the ancestor of the nation now known as Ammonites." Right? Moabites, the Asians, so-called Asians nowadays. Ammon, so-called Japanese of today. Oh, wait. My bad. Moab. Well, I'm gonna say Chinese, and then you got the Japanese. It's like, and that's why they look so much alike, right? Chinese, Japanese, they look too similar because they was born from Lot's daughters, right? So the Lot lineage could continued on through the daughters having a son through Lot. It's like Lord willing, picking up what I'm saying, right? So the daughters went into their father Lot, which allowed their daughters to bear a son, which is an heir, which basically are Lot's sons, to continue on the lineage, man, right? And the daughters understood that. They're like, man, if we don't do something, then lineage is gonna stop here, pretty much. Showing you that the lineage is continuing on through the father, right? It's continuing on through the father, and it's not continuing on to the daughter. The daughter's forward someone else's lineage. That's why, it's that's why the men, the father will be the one giving their daughters away to a certain man, right? Back then they'll do it to kinsmen, some of your nation, right? You wouldn't see your daughter. You wouldn't see Jay giving away their daughter to Esau. You wouldn't see that. You'll see they'll give their daughter to another Israelite, probably another tribe, but still an Israelite, You know, not like nowadays. You got your, Eve, Southern Kingdom could go be with an Edomite, go be with a Elamite, right, or Moabite, right? So it's not like that. well, it's like that now, but it wasn't like that before. But the point is, man, the daughters went into Lot's. The daughters of Lot went into Lot, right? And Lot bare children with his daughters that brought forth sons, heirs to continue on their lineage, ultimately. Meaning that it's just not, because the daughters, if that's the case, the daughter could have just went and got anybody, but they didn't do that. They didn't do that. They could have, like I said, it was all through the power spirit. Yahweh Hashem Shah. Just going to let you know that it all continues through the man. The man. Though, if you understand the whole purpose of what woman is created to do, then you'll understand that the lineage goes through the man. Just a simple understanding that the man carries the life to begin with, let you know that the lineage continues through them. Simple as that. But Lord willing, y'all was edified and y'all did understand what I was saying. Slack you for the interruption. Cars Jake pulling up right next to me and shit. Could have parked anywhere else, but pull up right next to me. It is what it is. But yeah, Lord willing, I was edified. If you do have any questions or anything was unclear, Baruch Shah, let me know. But I'm ended up by saying Kal Halal, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakha Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And until next time, I say Shalom, Yasharallah.